Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
Well, good evening, everyone. Phil Pinarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Week 5 of Football Frenzy is very nearly in the books. We've got scores from finals, actually, in most of the games from across West Michigan. It's a perfect day for football, perfect night as we kind of transition into fall. Today is the last official day of summer, so we couldn't have spent it any better way than with some pretty high quality football. We have some pretty incredible games as well, and we're just here on the live desk as we are every week previewing what to expect coming up at the top of the hour in just under 40 minutes on News 8 at 11. Jack Doles and his entire sports team will be bringing you highlights and scores from up to 21 games across West Michigan tonight, and we're going to be just giving you everything we know so far and kind of just leading you up into that final moment. Again, that is coming up on News 8 at 11. We do, as we do every single week, have 3 spotlight games. Let's take a look at the ones we were paying closest attention to tonight. Again, Byron Center. We've got 3 matchups. All 3 of them featured undefeated teams. Byron Center taking on Forest Hills Central, Spring Lake taking on West Catholic, Hart taking on North Muskegon. And again, that first matchup, Byron Center and Forest Hills Central, 2 of the top teams really in the area squaring off tonight. Both teams featured dominant offenses. Would that continue? Just based on some of the scores we're seeing, not really. A pretty close matchup, but not a high-scoring one. Spring Lake obviously traveling to West Catholic tonight. The Lakers and Falcons, another 2 of the final 3 remaining undefeated teams in the OK Blue Conference. Who would come out victorious? We've got a final there as well. And the final spotlight game, Hart taking on North Muskegon. Could the Pirates avenge their 55-14 loss to the Norsemen last season? Well, we'll find out coming up in just a little bit. As I mentioned, Jack Doles, his entire Frenzy crew have all of those games and 18 others tonight on the full Football Frenzy coming up at 11. But we do have some highlights right now we're going to show you here on the live desk. Let's start with Coopersville taking on Unity Christian. Coopersville going to open things up here in just a little bit in this highlight with a great pass and catch for the touchdown right in the corner of the end zone, right before the corner there. Incredible catch. Again, just a fabulous play there. UC would continue on with the scoring barrage, getting a rushing touchdown there. Broncos, though, would answer again with another touchdown bomb. Crusader fans, I mean, just a long pass right there. Broncos really in control, seems like, and they really would be. You know, Crusader fans would try to get the team back into it, but it would be for naught as Coopersville would score again and really put this thing away. I mean, Coopersville really ran away with this one, 56-31. And again, here is that rushing touchdown I mentioned earlier. Another score there. Again, final score in that one, 56-31. Let's jump into the next game now as Allendale and the Falcons hosting the Fruitport Trojans. Falcons started off the scoring here with a long quarterback run for the touchdown. Look at those strides. Even hurdles a man a little bit there, opening up the scoring barrage. And he said, you know, you saw how fast I can run the ball. Well, here's how far I can throw the ball. Throwing a beautiful pass to a wide open receiver for the touchdown there. And it would be lights out for Fruitport tonight. The Falcons get the sack here. Allendale would be up by several touchdowns. They would continue to be. We're still waiting on a final in that one, but yeah, just a dominant effort for the Allendale Falcons. Now, how about another game? Lakeview traveling to Portage Northern tonight, and the Huskies really wasted no time in this game scoring. Look at this throw right here by Braylon Amos. You're about to see it on your screens right there. Huge arm, huge bomb. Right, incredible hang time, drops it right in the hands of Jaden Walker with barely any end zone left. That is an incredible play that we might see in Week 5's top plays of the week. Stay tuned on Monday for that. Portage Northern would tack on 6 more after this read option run. Amos reads the defense, hands it off to Vonzel Tyus. Easy as that. He scampers in to the end zone, and if 1 touchdown run by Tyus is good, 2 is better. Tyus about to score yet again. Crowd loving the team's effort here. Tyus, as I mentioned, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling through the defense. He breaks quite a few tackles on his way for his second score of the game. Huskies would go on to win this one 57-28. and remain undefeated on the year. And we do have one more game for you all on the live desk today before the big show, and it might be the best game of the night as Parchman faced off against United. This game was action-packed from the start, and we even needed some additional time. We'll get to that in a second. We start with this highlight in the fourth quarter, though. Parchman down a touchdown, but they would knot it up here. Jalen Campen scrambles 25 yards and finds pay dirt 22 all, and that's how it would stay throughout the rest of regulation. We would need overtime. United would get the ball first, and quarterback Keegan McHugh finds his man Jack Iotti for the score, and they would then convert the two-point conversion. Iotti very excited about that touchdown grab, putting his team up. The Panthers would have to respond now, and they would come all the way down and score, and then it would all come down to this two-point conversion. The Panthers elect to run the ball, and Campen is stopped just short of the goal line. A huge defensive stop there for United. United would go on to win by a score of 30-28. Just an absolutely great game there. And as I mentioned, all of these highlights and others from up to 21 games across West Michigan will be shown in just over 30 minutes. Again, that will be coming up on News 8 at 11. And we do have some finals already. Let's kind of go through a couple of them. As we mentioned earlier, you know, that big spotlight game, Byron Center, Forest Hill Central, incredible game. Byron Center pulling off the win 15-14. And we talked about those high-powered offenses, but really it was a defensive showcase in that one. West Catholic versus Spring Lake, another spotlight game for us. West Catholic kind of dominating that one 33-7. Coopersville and Unity Christian, that game we saw highlights of just a little bit ago. The Broncos winning 56-31. Mona Shores taking on Holland. Holland was where our Football Frenzy tailgate was today. We are going to talk a little bit more about them and the tailgate coming up in just a little bit. As we were scrolling through the rest of these scores, Rockford besting West Ottawa there. Grand Rapids Union beating Wyoming, and Paw Paw winning 49-0 over Plainwell. And again, I want to remind everybody that if you want to check out some of these scores, as well as all the other Frenzy-related activities we've been getting up to throughout the week, you can find all of that right now over on our website, woodtv.com. And while you're there, you might want to check out our past plays of the week winner. We actually just announced the week 4 winner. This is the winning play that was announced on Daybreak earlier this morning. The winner of this week is Lowell quarterback Jackson Riesbig with the incredible run. We first saw it on the live desk on Monday. Just an incredible play. He's still going. He would score all the way on the touchdown there. Incredible play by the Red Arrows signal caller. Lowell would defeat Northview 43-0, and in no small order based off that play right there. The play itself collected about 71% of the total votes, beating out some other great plays as well. So we take another last look at the play. A reminder that the top 3 plays of each week are debuted on the live desk every Monday afternoon. Week 5s will be on there as well, so be sure to tune in for that. We've seen quite a few pretty incredible plays already tonight, so we'll definitely want to check those out and get set for another week of some pretty impressive plays throughout West Michigan. And I mentioned, you know, we were down in Holland for Daybreak as part of the Football Frenzy tailgate. We were down at Holland High School. I want to talk a little bit about it, check in. Obviously, we're still reeling from last week's incredible showing from Kalamazoo Central, which raised more than 27,000 pounds of food for their local food banks, all on their own, absolutely shattering the previous year mark, let alone the single day mark. And this morning, as I mentioned, these are the sights from Holland High School as part of our Football Frenzy tailgate. They brought in a very impressive 1,000 pounds just for themselves. We have nearly, as part of the food drive, brought in 44,000 pounds through just 5 weeks of Frenzy so far. It is really great to see these kids and all these schools really show out. Honestly, the best part of Frenzy, maybe it's just me. And we do have some pretty, and you know, it does kind of warm your heart just a little bit. I mentioned last week when we saw Kalamazoo Central really show out, you know, and it kind of gets you to maybe want to be part of it. Well, if you're interested in, you know, helping out or maybe participating in the food drive as well, you definitely can. If you look on your screen right now, that QR code will take you directly to our website, and you can find out a lot more information on how you can partner with us and really give back to feeding America. It really is a great cause, and of course you can scan that code right now on your screen, or you can find all of this information over on our website, woodtv.com, as well. And yeah, no, I mean, I think we're about to wrap things up. You know, it's been a great night of football, and obviously it just kind of leads us into an absolutely stacked weekend of some pretty great college football and professional football as well. Michigan hosting Rutgers, the first game for Jim Harbaugh back on the sidelines for the Wolverines. Western Michigan is traveling to Toledo. Michigan State taking on Maryland in East Lansing, looking to bounce back from that pretty big loss that they took to the Washington Huskies last weekend. And Central Michigan is traveling all the way to Mobile, Alabama to take on South Alabama, who is coming off a pretty huge win themselves. Jaguars defeating the Oklahoma State Cowboys last weekend. And we also cannot forget about the Lions. They play at 1 o'clock. They'll be hosting the Atlanta Falcons at Ford Field. And also another reminder that your Lions are currently #1 in the NFC North Division. So a whole lot of football going to be happening, and we were glad to start things off pretty impressively here across West Michigan with Football Frenzy. And that is going to do it for us tonight here on the Live Desk. I want to remind everybody that we are just under 30 minutes away from the start of the full Frenzy coming up on News 8 at 11. Highly encourage you to check it out. Highlights, scores, and so much more from up to 21 games across West Michigan. And we're going to leave you there. Again, very excited, very glad you were able to tune it in with us. Again, one last time, Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. And we hope you have a great rest of your night and a great weekend.